Let me show you something. You know your nationality? According to the Bible, do you? Do you know your nationality? Hey, big brother with the tank top, you know your nationality?
Ronald, he doesn't believe in the Bible.
Ronald don't believe in the Bible? Why you don't believe in the Bible, Ronald?
It was written by man, I can't believe it.
It was written by man? So, do you believe the history books that they print out for you in school?
Not really.
What do you read magazines and newspapers? So you don't believe nothing?
Bring it out.
Huh? You go to school. Have you graduated? Did they give you a curriculum? Did you have to study it? You know men wrote those books.
Right.
But you believe that?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily?
History, not so much. History written by the victors.
Huh?
Write the history.
So why you feel like what man wrote this book?
Men throughout time. It's good lesson yourself. Yes.
Men throughout time? Give me that in Exodus 31:19. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 31 and verse 18.
Read.
And he gave unto Moses when he had made an end of communion with him upon Mount Sinai.
So who was this dealing with Moses? You know? Who was dealing with Moses? God. Hey, you know who was dealing with Moses? Read it again.
And he gave unto Moses when he had made an end of communion with him upon Mount Sinai 2 tablets of testimonies, tables of stone,
Read.
written with the finger of God.
Who wrote it?
Written with the finger of God.
So you don't believe in God, is what you saying? Or you don't believe in the Bible?
Which is the 10 Commandments.
So do you believe in God?
In a sense, yes.
So you think God is not powerful enough to have the Israelite records in store for them in the last days? You think a man is more powerful than God, that they would defile God's word? So you understand that it's possible that God can preserve his word for his children. Read it again.
And he gave unto Moses when he had made an end of communion with him upon Mount Sinai 2 tables of testimonies, tables of stone, written with the finger of God.
So God said he wrote it. And then he put his spirit on men to do the writings as well. The prophets. The spirit of God was in those. Give me that in 1 Peter 1 and 11. The spirit of God was in those men to do this work. You understand? Just like the spirit of God is going to be upon us servants to come out here and raise up the nation of Israel in these last days. Read.
1 Peter chapter 1 verse 11.
Yeah.
Searching what or what manner of time the Spirit of Christ.
Read.
The Spirit of Christ which was in them.
Which was what?
Which was in them.
Read.
Did signify when it testified beforehand.
So the spirit of Christ, which was in all of the prophets, that spirit was in them to do this work. You understand? So you can believe this Bible. Give me that Isaiah 46 and 10. Definitely. Because no man walking the face of the earth could do this. Read.
Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10.
Read.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
What did he do?
Declaring the end from the beginning.
You know what that means? Give me Genesis 49 and 1. We're going to come right back. He said declaring the end from the beginning. So when you read in the book of Genesis, it's going to tell you a mystery that most people don't understand. Read.
Genesis 49 verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said.
This is the book of Genesis. This is Jacob talking to his sons. He said what?
Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So in the book of Genesis, it's already prophesying about the last days. You understand? Go back. Read.
Isaiah 46 verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning.
So God said, before I even wrote Genesis down, I already wrote the end too. You understand? No man can do that, especially no white man. You understand? God don't deal with them like that. This is a black history book of your forefathers. Matter of fact, do you see yourself on this sign right here? Y'all brothers, y'all see yourself on this sign? Where? Where you see yourself? Give me Numbers 1 and 18. According to your father. You understand? Do y'all, all right, let me ask you something. Well, if I have an apple seed, right, and I plant it across the street, what's going to grow over there? An apple tree, right? If I take the same seed and I plant it in China, what's going to grow? Still going to be an apple tree. So we understand that the man is the one that carry the seed. So whatever your seed is, that determines what you are. You understand? Read that.
Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees,
their bloodline, their lineage,
after their families, by the house of their fathers.
Because the man plants the seed. So according to your father, what do you see yourself on here? Any one of y'all, anytime. Don't be afraid to speak up. Huh? Judah? All praise you. Where you at? Manasseh? So your father is Cuban? Okay. What's your father? Judah? All right. Judah. So I want to share. If you from the tribe of Judah, right? What do Jesus look like? He looks like you. Can you prove it? Can you prove what Jesus look like? Huh? Let me ask you that. Is this Jesus? Huh? Can I find this anywhere? Can I find this description anywhere in the Bible? No? You say no, but you ain't got no proof. Talk to me.
Where they see,
Come close. Come close, bro.
where they see Jesus was, or where he came from, that area is
Let me see that sign. Nope. The slave ships. All right. So you say where they say Jesus came from, right? So they call it the Middle East now. But it's really connected to Africa. It is Northeast Africa. They built the Suez Canal here, so now you think you can't walk from Egypt into Jerusalem. Christ is from Northeast Africa. You understand? So you call it the Middle East because some Arabs and some white people told you it was the Middle East. But it's Northeast Africa. So what were you about to say about the people complexion in Africa? They dark skinned. Right. So would it be safe to say that the people over here are the so-called Jewish people are not the people of God? Because if Christ was black and the people in this area black, why we got a whole bunch of white people over here saying they Jewish? It's false. Right. Let's go. We're gonna get the image of Christ, and then we're gonna start explaining who these people are and why you not in your homeland and why you think the Bible ain't real. Read what you got in Revelation 1.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The word revelation means to reveal. This is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
This is John the Revelator. He walked with Christ. He know exactly what he looked like. But he's in prison in a salt mine right now. So now he's finna have a vision of Christ. Go to verse 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
He said, this man looked like the Son of Man. It looked like Christ. Because he turned around, he heard a voice calling him. He turned around and said, look like the Son of Man. Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
He said he had a garment on long like this one. Read.
And girt about his paps with a golden girdle.
And his belt was gold. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Read that again. Because the word hairs is a Quaker word that means beard. It say what?
His head.
His head.
And his hairs.
And his beard.
Were white like wool.
It gave 2 descriptive things. It said it was white and it was woolly. Right? So, who got woolly hair?
We all do it.
Who is we all? Just learn, brother. Who got woolly hair? All of who? All of us standing here? Or everybody on the planet? Who got woolly hair? By definition, woolly means hair of Negro.
Bring it out.
By definition.
Bring it out.
So everybody don't got no woolly hair. So, does this man have white woolly hair? Okay, let's keep on, because now we're doing process of elimination. Because we're going to show you that the devil tricked you and got you not believing the Bible. Read.
As white as snow.
And it's whiter than mine. Fully white. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, what would make your eyes like a flame of fire? Give me Genesis 49. You don't know anything. What would make your eyes look like fire? Would I be a superhero like Cyclops and be blowing fire in my eye? Does that happen on the earth? That's some fairy tale mythology, right? Read what you got.
Genesis 49 verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
This is a prophecy about Christ. It said, what about his eyes?
His eyes shall be red with wine.
So if I drank wine in moderation like Christ did, you know what I'm saying? Because his first miracle, he turned water into wine at the wedding feast. He was dancing and having a drink too, right? If I drank in moderation, would my eyes turn red like fire? Read.
You want to go back to Revelations?
Yep.
Verse 15. Revelations chapter 1 verse 15. And his feet.
Now, it done went from his head, his eyes, now he looking down on Christ. Now he looking at his feet. If you take your shoes and socks off, right, wouldn't your feet reflect your body? It'll reflect the same thing, right? His feet, what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
It say like unto. It mean look like what?
Fine brass.
You know what brass look like? What? Brown? So if your feet are brown, wouldn't your calves be brown? How about your forearms? How about your neck? How about your face? So if your face and your body is brown and your hair is woolly, what would they be calling you today?
Right.
Huh? They be saying what? They be calling you a black man. But watch this. Read.
As if.
He said he was so brown, it looked like.
As if they burnt in a furnace.
Now if you burn something, what it look like? Black. Tell me who the hell is this and why is this up in church and why they put Passion of the Christ on TV and get somebody to look like this and play that and he be walking around speaking soft, you know what I'm saying, making effeminate men out of black men. Whitewashing. So you understand that? You understand whitewashing? Give me that in 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. You understand whitewashing? When did that happen? It happened during the 1400s. It happened throughout history, but mainly the 1400s when the Caucasian race began to conquer the earth, they began to whitewash our images. Read.
1 Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And they laid open the book of the law.
See, the book of Maccabees is talking about when the Greeks started to conquer. You understand? It says when they came to Jerusalem and they ramsacked, they destroyed us. They got in our temple and what they do?
And they laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their image.
They start painting their images in our record book. That's why you can pick up the Bible and say, I don't really believe that, because you ain't never been taught this.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.